Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bad News, where I bring you bad news and nothing but the bad news. If you want good news, you go watch videos with my mum. But you're not here for that today. You're here for the bad news. Because bad news is fun. It reminds us of how toxic the world really is, ladies and gentlemen. Because that's what you want. You want to smile and watch the world burn with a cup of tea in your hand while looking out the window and reflecting on your life and how you're safe in this country because we're built in a Western society where really when there are wars around the world, we can look at it and go, oh my God, that's so terrible. But it doesn't really affect us because no one's bombing us yet. We'll get to that in a moment because Putin's lost his temper and we may have agitated it a little bit, but we'll get to that in a moment. We are starting off with some fun news in the car manufacturing world. We've pissed off the right again, Viraj. But this time we've gone for their cars. First we went for their freedom, now we've gone for their transportation, which is their freedom. Jaguar's woke rebrand is a commercial masterstroke. Jaguar's gone woke, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting pink cars and rainbow wheels. I'm excited for it. Why not? Why not? Why do all cars have to be toxic white men? We need a gay car. A flamboyant car, if you will. I think this is exciting. So basically, if you're not clued up on this, Jaguar has gone down a completely new creative direction. So rather than targeting old white men, they've gone for a more modern perspective, a more modern feel. They've got a new creative director and he's causing problems. They have abandoned their golf club loyalists for an international consumer base, no matter how it looks to Nigel Farage. Good title. Well done, Ian. So they've gone woke, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever that means. I hate when people say something's gone woke. What does that even mean? You know? It's a different creative direction. The cars are going to be the cars in the grand scheme of things. Right? But they've changed their marketing strategy. So from now on, they are planning to target, I guess, a more creative audience, a younger audience, I guess. So rather than going for like older people who want those traditional James Bond style cars, I guess they're going, what do you think, Raj? Something more hip? You know about cars.
Something electric, something hip.
Something more dynamic.
Something more modern.
As long as it runs.
They're notoriously but unreliable, yeah.
Yeah. But I'll tell you who's notoriously reliable. The gay community.
Mm-hmm.
So the cars are going to be more reliable from now on. There is nothing more reliable than a gay man. A gay man will tell you how it is. A gay man... They won't show up on time, to be fair. The gays are bad with their timing. I will say that about some of my gay friends. But yeah, so they've gone... they now want to target gay men rather than closeted men, which they've been doing for the last 30 years. Right? Because let's be honest, if you're driving a Jaguar, you're probably closeted anyway. You know what I mean? It's a big statement driving a Jaguar. It's all the noise with none of the execution. And a lot of people are complaining about this, Viraj. Let's look at this article. What's the first headline of this article? Much will be written about the late John Prescott's political career, but for many he will be remembered as the two Jags, a man who only owned a Jaguar. Because it was a straight man's car. It was a straight car for straight men. I don't want a gay car. I want a straight car. I want a car that goes rrr, not grrr. That was dumb, but I'm proud of it. They're upset, Viraj. They're upset. Should we watch the video of what this new creative direction looks like? Let's play this. Pause. Can't drive a car in that outfit. It's not practical. But clearly, they're gonna do something different with the airbag system now for Jaguars. Rather than putting the airbags in the cars, you're just gonna wear your airbag, as the person on the left is demonstrating. Continue, please. Right, no cars yet. Live vivid. Pause. You get to paint your own car now. So rather than having the factory do it, you get to paint it yourself. You do it yourself. It's kind of like Korean barbecue. You do it yourself. Continue. Pause. Go back to the hammer. Perfect. Okay, so we have a hammer, right? So if you want to break into your car, for whatever reason, it will come with its own hammer, so you can do that yourself, which is great. This bit, you should probably look in the direction that the car is traveling. Hello, Tyler.
Oh, well.
Please come in. There we go. We're talking about Jaguar. Continue playing. Copy nothing, Jaguar. Okay, so let's summarize this. Let's click off that. There was no cars in... Oh. Okay, so that's a hate crime that they just played. So someone's fixed the advert by having these poor people attacked by a Jaguar. To be fair to this guy, petty, kind of insinuating a hate crime, but brilliant editing. Outstanding editing. Look at that. Where do we go from here? Do we want Jaguar to be woke? Or do we want the old homophobic Jaguars? By the way, going back to the issue on closeted Jaguar owners, right? Any car that has an animal logo on it, probably owned by a closeted man anyway. Let's go through some examples. Jaguar. If you're owning a Ferrari, there's probably some suppressed homosexuality there. What else? Lamborghini. Probably small dick energy at the very least. Porsche. Viraj has a Porsche, and that explains itself. It's an issue. It's an issue. I think this is bringing out the suppressed homosexuality in Jaguar owners, which is why they're so upset by it. Because who really cares about the advert? You're either going to buy the Jaguar or you're not going to buy the Jaguar. And by the way, let's be very clear, right? The people who are complaining about this advert can't afford Jaguars. Because people who can afford Jaguars don't complain on the internet about adverts, Viraj. They're making money. They're out in the real world making deals. Now, if the 2008 Nissan Micra got a LGBT revamp, maybe I could understand your concern because that's directly targeting you. But this, do you reckon this will encourage more young people to buy Jaguars? I have no intention of buying a Jaguar regardless of the advert. What about you, Viraj?
I think I've lost an intention to buy a Jaguar.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't want a gay car?
No.
You don't want a gay car?
Mm-mm.
But you're such a gay man. And that's okay. Tyler, would you get a Jaguar?
Nah, I don't reckon so.
Not even now?
Nah, they were never really my thing to begin with. But
Nah.
The logo's dead.
Yeah, the logo is dead. Shall we play the video of the creative director? Go on YouTube and write Jaguar creative director if you can quickly. And I've got a theory about why so many people are pissed off about this, right? Creative director. There we go. Scroll down. Where is he? Where is this guy? Never mind. Right, Jaguar launch. Where is this guy? I saw him earlier. Oh, he's gone. Go to the Daily Mail article that we had on the screen earlier. The BLM one. There we go. There he is. Right. So here's my theory. Yeah. The people who are upset about this are more upset with this guy than they are the actual advert. Because if there's anything homophobic men hate, it's a camp man. And this guy rocked up to the launch wearing a see-through t-shirt, Viraj. His nipples were out. And that infuriated them even more. But put it this way, when was the last time any of us discussed a Jaguar car? Probably never. Now we're all concerned about Jaguars and concerned about them. I wonder if they'll still promote the James Bond. They'll still be in the James Bond films.
That's Aston Martin.
Are they not in the?
Sometimes a Jag would be featured.
They were in one.
Yeah, because they did that. Do you remember that old like Bond style villain Jaguar British advert with the Indian guy who's looks bare British and is bare British in every single film he does. What's his name? He looks like you but white. He's actually Indian, but he's a British actor. Right? Old Jaguar advert.
Looks like you, but white.
Yeah. He's like secretly, he's Indian, but he's got an Indian name, but he changed it. Old Jaguar ad. Go to videos. Videos. Yeah, the private jet one. The private jet one.
Here.
It's good to be bad. Yeah, that one. This guy. Yeah, yeah. Not him.
What's all you?
This is a bad boy advert. Way better than the new advert. It's way better. Look at this. Not him either. He's at the start of the advert. I think you skipped it. Where is it? See, this is what Jaguar's all about, mate. It's about riding private jets to your Jaguar, shagging women, because that's what I do in my car. This guy. Him.
Oh,
Kingsley.
yeah.
Yeah. He's like he looks like you. But whiter, innit?
To be fair, I kind of understand what you mean.
Yeah. He kind of looks like
I
you.
do understand what you mean.
Because he's actually Indian, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
But he changed his name for career reasons, cheeky bastard. Can't do that now. This advert, although unrealistic, okay. Here's another inconsistency in the people who are upset with this advert, right? They're saying the new direction that Jaguar's gone. It's not realistic, mate. Right? What is this? Like people running around in dresses. What's realistic about that? I miss the old Jaguar adverts that were true to my life. Because I also ride private jets to secret missions in my Jaguar and have meetings with Bond villains. Back in the day when a Jaguar advert was a Jaguar advert, mate. In conclusion, if you're upset with the Jaguar advert, you're probably never going to buy a Jaguar anyway, so you shouldn't be that worried. Well played to Jaguar because you wanted attention and you got it. Even if I had the money, I wouldn't buy a Jaguar anyway. I'd probably buy a Mercedes for the same price point. Absolutely.
Thank you, Mary.
Why did you play that again, Viraj?
It just started.
Let's move on to the next article, shall we, Viraj? Let's go to some more brighter news. Russia's upset with us. They're very upset. We're poking the Russian bear. Listen, I'm not going to war with Russia, guys. I am not doing it. Right? Russians are too good at fighting. If for some reason I lose my gun on the front line and a Russian soldier loses his gun at the front line and he puts his fist up and I put my fist up, guess who's walking out with that scrap? I'm getting taken down and I'm getting mauled. Brother, you must submit, brother. Your country is weak, brother. We'll destroy everybody, brother. We smash everybody. If the UFC has taught us anything, right? When it comes to man-on-man combat, we can't take the Eastern Europeans. We just can't. They're built different. They wrestle bears. The only thing I've been wrestling with is my weight.
And losing.
Losing my weight. I'm trying to lose weight, right? They're trying to lose the West. We're in big trouble, Viraj. We're in big trouble. Because they have escalation power. You don't fight someone who's willing to go to a darker place than you. If we get in a scrap, at most, I will maybe like scoff my hand into your face. Right? Because I don't want to get in trouble or arrested. These lot will punch you and then kick you and then bring out a gun and shoot you in the face and then spit on you and walk away. They have escalation power. In a fight, the person who's willing to go further generally wins. We ain't built for this. We're just trying to buy our new gay Jaguars. I'll tell you where the Jaguar relaunch ain't going. It's not going to Moscow. Don't think it's going to sell well there. Rog, how many gay Jaguars do you reckon they're going to sell in Moscow? Zero. It'll probably be banned. Because he'll be accused of being Western propaganda. Might be, to be fair. Who knows? We're not beating the Russians in a war. You know what I love about America, right? America, they shit stir everything. And then when people get upset with them, they're like, what did we do? doing? Send the missiles. We send the missiles. Oi! You just use your missiles on us. So what are you angry about? Why are you so angry about it? Grow up. Grow up. It's not that bad. I feel bad for Ukrainian people, man. Because we've fucked Ukraine. The Western world has really fucked Ukraine. Because all we've done is antagonize the Russians and they're taking out on the Ukrainians. You gotta feel bad for them. Scroll down. Is there any way you can align this, Viraj? So I can actually read it. You cheeky bastard. There we go. There we go. Look at you. Late on Sunday night, reports emerged that outgoing US President Joe Biden had given Ukraine permission to use long range. If I'm leaving, I'm taking everything down with me. That's a man who's leaving the office soon, so he's having a fuck you party. He's like, I'm bombing this place, I'm bombing that place, and I'm going to have a blueberry waffle at the end of it. And I'm going to bite some babies on the foot. Go out with a bang. That's the problem with US presidents. They need a signature war. They need a big statement. It makes them horny. The move marked a major policy change by Washington, which for months had refused Ukraine's request to use the missiles beyond its borders. I feel like they're not filling us in on the process. Because it went all a bit quiet for a while, wasn't it? And then suddenly, out of nowhere, it was like, oh, by the way, we're gonna let Ukraine send missiles into Russia. And we're like, whoa! Talk us through the process a little bit. Hear us out. We should get votes as a nation on this. You know, why don't we get to vote on stuff? This stuff like that should be like a quick referendum. It should be like a quick QR code. Like, yo, real quick, should we bomb Russia? Ask the nation. No. What do you think, Raj? Should we have allowed our weapons to be used on Russian soil?
Absolutely not.
No, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Also, why is the missile called Storm Shadow? This is what happens when you let the nerds who build the rockets also name the rockets. Clearly Star Wars and Star Trek fans, isn't it? What are you going to name this? Storm Shadow.
More like G.I. Joe.
Isn't it? Storm Shadow.
He hasn't watched that one.
Fair enough.
I've watched G.I. Joe, not that bad. How far does this go? Storm Shadow missiles at targets in Russia, where Ukrainian troops has seized a roughly 600... How far... Can you look this up for me, Viraj? I'm kind of curious.
What am I looking up?
How far can a missile strike from? What's the longest range of missile and how precise?
Intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs. Basically they circumnavigate the globe almost.
With a range?
5,000 kilometers.
Wow.
That's basically that's mainland China to Los Angeles or New York.
Wow. That's impressive. So right now, if I pissed off the head of state for China, he could fuck my shit up from there right now. Mm-hmm. And he could hit this house with accuracy.
Yeah.
I said this on last week's episode. I can't even parallel park my car. That's impressive. Storm Shadows, used for penetrating hardened bunkers. I know something else that's used for penetrating. Aircraft leaves area to avoid air defenses. Missiles launched from aircraft from maximum range of 155 miles. Missile stays below radar using GPS terrain matching technology. All good stuff. Camera in nose identifies the target before strike. Isn't that sweet? Here's how you know a lot of this is bollocks. You know when they say there were civilian casualties and stuff like that? But we know for a fact that these missiles are accurate enough where that shouldn't be an issue. So if you kill civilians, you knew there were civilians there, or you intended to kill civilians and you launched them anyway. You know? So let that be a message to everyone when they say there was some unintended civilian casualties. If they didn't want to hit the civilians, they wouldn't have hit the civilians. What are you giggling about, Viraj? Why did that make you giggle? What got you about that? What got you about that? That's so fucked. Huh?
I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay. Oh, you had a dirty thought. Yeah, it's not ideal. Every time I see Putin on the news, I get a little bit scared. And his employees are scared of him. Roll the tape, Viraj. This woman was scared for her life. Look at this. Ordered not to comment live on air. Yes, hello. Masha. Yes, I have a debriefing. On the Yazushta ballistic missile strike. That the Westerners have strike talking about, we are not commenting at all. Look at her face. She was shit scared. You know how you know we're fucked? They started referring to us as the Westerners. They have othered us. It's over. We're not humans anymore. We're the Westerners. They've been saying that amongst themselves for ages. whenever we did something just a little bit flamboyant, right? They're like, look at these Westerners dancing because they are happy. They don't know what it is like to sleep with their finger in the trigger in minus 10 degrees. It's not good, Viraj. It's not good. We're not going to win this. No one wins in this situation. War is bad. You know when you have a friend, yeah, that is constantly getting themselves in toxic situations. So you begin to realize they're the toxic person. America. If you're constantly finding yourself in toxic situations, maybe you're the toxic one. Maybe you're the problem. You silly gooses. Let's move on to a lighter touch before we've wrapped this up. Scroll up, please. On this week's episode of White People Doing White People Things, banana duct tape to a wall sells for $6 million at an auction. Show the work of art, please, Viraj. Look at that. Look at that. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing with my life?
You're not taking bananas to walls.
Why am I not selling an apple taped to a wall? I'd go one better with that. You know what I'll do? I'll duct tape 2 apples to the bottom of the banana to make like the shape of a penis. That's got worth at least another 1 million. At least get creative with it. This bastard probably bought the duct tape off Amazon as well. That cost him. It's not even a ripe. It's like the banana's kind of going off as well a little bit. Does it say what it's meant to represent? Anywhere. Represents a cultural phenomenon that bridges the world of art, memes, and cryptocurrency community. Does it fuck? You know what is the bridge between art, memes, and the cryptocurrency community? Logan Paul ripping off the entire world for cryptocurrencies in 2022. The auction saw bidding start at $800,000. The cheek of it. The cheek to start. I would have started that shit at 20 quid. White people doing white people things, Viraj. It's a beautiful phenomenon that I love and I respect. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to this week's episode of Bad News. It's been a beautiful session. Jaguar is now gay. Vladimir Putin is very upset about it. Meanwhile, white people are buying bananas taped to a wall for $6.2 million. The end is near. The end is now. The end is nigh. Gladiator 2 is back in cinemas. I don't think it's doing that well because it's shite. Joker 2 was also shite. The world is ending soon. But at least we have social media to enjoy it from. Thank you for coming. Like, subscribe, kiss your mum on the forehead. So maybe the last time if Putin gets his way. Goodbye. Kisses from Daddy.